Morning everybody. What a fantastic day, eh? Look at that sunshine. Look at that, how awesome this is. Up here. Usual place, Silverburn Park. It's absolutely wonderful here. The day has finally arrived, day 30. And I can't believe it. I could finally retire. I'd got my head round the concept over a period of time that if I'd built my property empire to a level that I could comfortably retire, and then I could walk away for anything, and I'd never need to be, I'd be always financially free. I'd never need to worry about income ever again, and passive income at that. And this was the day, this was the property, 40 Linwood Gardens. I've sold it on last year. I sold it to a first time buyer, an absolutely fantastic couple. I could have got more, to be honest, but I wanted them to have the property. I felt that it was right for them. So yeah, this is the property, and this is the pivotal moment where I met my business partner, Gordon Jackson. Gordon was one of the top estate agents in Scotland. There's a similarity, eh? Where I'm speaking today, I'm the top estate agent in Scotland as well. So yeah, 15 years ago, that's when I met Gordon for the first time, and I'll talk about that journey later on. Maybe in the coming months, possibly. It's still quite challenging to talk about that. But retirement for me, I used to sit in my work, and we had all the windows blanked out. It was to stop the, hi David, we had all the windows blanked out at my work, and it was, good morning Louise, and it was to stop the sun coming in. So they had the mirrored windows, the film on them. But the thing was, you never got an engagement outside because it was so dark, and you just sat in the office all day, and it was soul destroying because there was this wee corner that they wouldn't repair. It actually showed you what it was really like outside, and I just used to look at that corner and go and thought to myself, why am I sitting here? But I just couldn't come to that realisation that I could actually retire at 38 year old, and I had done it. I'd got to that level I wanted to get to. I'd worked towards it. I'd focused my mind on it. And that was a pivotal moment, yeah. The mental process of coming, now retirement. Listen, retirement isn't about sitting, waiting for things to happen. It's about going out and doing what you want to do when you want to do it, and having the ability to do that, and the freedom to do that, and the freedom of choice, not having to be tied by someone else or a boss or anything like that. Morning, Jimmy. I think for me that's what retirement is. And so if I want to go and help a project, for example, I've thrown my hat into the ring to mentor the high schools. So Leadmouth Academy's come forward and says, we'd love to have you in to talk about maybe your journey and success and all the rest of it to the children. Beath High School as well has asked me to come along as well. So I'm more than happy to do that. I go into the primary schools now and again, and I do talks on what we do and why we do it, because at that age I never understood why we needed to know English and drawing and all the rest of it. I was a person who always wanted to know why I was doing something. What was the purpose? Good morning, Francis. And I guess that's what I want to do now, which is why I put a lot of effort and time and voluntary into projects that give me a mental reward, if that makes sense, but not financial reward. That's more important to me, the mental thing. Yeah. So I'm just reading my notes actually. I think retirement was a real project, and I'll talk about this tomorrow about where I landed after that, and having to have some sort of mindset about where to go next and what to do. But I made sure when I retired, what I did make sure when I retired at 38, is I had enough income to actually survive, month to month, but I also had income to reinvest. The last thing I ever wanted to do was get out of my job to get another job. That was, to me, all my mentors at the time that were teaching me all this. They're very successful mentors. Some of them retired at 25 year old. They were telling me, you don't get out of a job to get into a job. You get out of a job so you can do what you want to do when you want to do it. That's what you do. And that's why I focused on so much on doing, getting to a level of 30 properties. And then I thought that's enough, and I could build from there. So I had a choice, and the 30 properties was a defining moment. It was either you keep continuing in industry and leave it at 30 and get somebody to manage them and move on from there, or you actually concentrate on your property business and it'll set you more free. And it might set other people free as well. I chose the latter, because I felt that was more important, and it was community based and it was community orientated, and I felt that I could do better at what I was doing than anybody else. So that's where my property journey was, retirement. So I handed my notice into my work, and they went, "I can't believe it, Jim. You're leaving. Would love for you to stay." I love that. Always leave your work with the point that they would love for you to stay. You never want to say, "Thank God they've gone." That's the most important thing to do. I had two emotions when I was leaving work: joy and happiness. And you can see I still live that emotion today. It was a revelation, but I'll tell you more about it tomorrow, what I needed to know next. And the next journey is after I met Gordon Jackson and what we did next, which has probably led me where I was today. So property investment, I always talk about investment strategy in this key, but investment strategy is not all about money. It's also about investing in yourself. And this is why somebody actually says success leaves clues. And this is why I'm imparting this information. So if it helps somebody else, perfect and fantastic. If it doesn't, then you've maybe learned something about me. As if anybody wants to learn something about me. But until that time comes tomorrow, I'll see you tomorrow, and we'll talk about the next journey. Maybe my deepest, darkest moment, and I'll tell you why. See you tomorrow at 7:30.